Welcome to Try Turing. If you have not logged in yet and you received this in email, you will have received an email to get you logged in. It would have a temporary password. It might have landed in your spam, so check there. If you happen to get in, create your password, and forget your password, you can use this sign in with magic link button right here, and it will send you a code to take you straight into the platform. So I'm going to give you a deep dive on how to navigate the platform. So let's go ahead and sign in. It's usually going to, the first time you come in, it's going to bring you to the home page, which looks like this. This home page is just simply, it's going to have the credit score here. When we get that built into the system, it's going to tell you where you're at in the progress. And it's also going to give you some latest notifications and news. You can click through these and read them. And then it's going to give you some of the highlighted services, tools, and partner suggestions. Again, this is just a few of them in the program. And so let's go into the profile. So this is your profile. So first things first is you can change your avatar to put your logo. You put your own picture there, or you can make yourself a cartoon character, whatever you want to do there. Now you can also have more than one company here, and it will track them separately. By adding more companies, you just click here and hit visit add-on page, and for an extra fee you can add as many companies as you want for each company. This is where you're going to be able to edit your profile information. So you can, if your name's spelled wrong or your email's wrong, you can do those changes there. And then you have right here your business information. You can put all your business information here, your social media posts. This is very important to have all that stuff there, because over here on the right side, you can download a virtual business card. The virtual business card, if you're on your phone, is something you can use at networking events and things like that to hand out your business information. A lot of people use other softwares. We built that in here so you could get rid of that other subscription. Now, right here is where you're going to handle your subscription, manage your subscription. So it's going to take you click that, it's going to take you into this system here. There's not a whole lot you really need to worry about in this other than your billing and subscription. This is one of my dummy accounts. As you can see, there's nothing going on here. It's just sitting here thinking. So you can update your payment method, obviously see the transactions, your invoices, things like that as they come in. That's where you manage your subscription. Down here, again, this is where the credit reports will be living when we get them in here. This over here is what we call DocuTuring. This is where you can upload all of your tax returns, your P&Ls, your any corporate documents, your personal documents if you want. It's like a online virtual file cabinet, so you can store all your documents in one place. So all those documents being stored in one place is very powerful, and you don't have to hunt for them, and it's all encrypted and secure. We are just as secure as a bank. In fact, you can see our certifications if you hit the View DocuTuring page there. You can also create folders so you can organize it. So you could have tax returns, profit and loss, balance sheets, whatever, insurance policies. All that stuff is a good place to live in here. Down here, you're going to see, again, more news and notifications, your progress, where you're at. Now let's go ahead and jump into the course. I'm going to tell you before I jump in there that it always takes you to where you last left off. So obviously I'm all the way through it, so I'm just going to go back here to tier 1, or phase 1, sorry. Now this is where you're going to start inputting your business information. So business name, you just hit continue next step, put your name in, hit submit. And of course I'm done, so it brings me up to this. It normally would take you to the next step. You need to make sure and read all this information that's here and watch the videos. There's videos in everything. In fact, if you ever see this is also videos on different things. So you can go through and read everything. There's a lot of thought and stuff put into this so that you are never lost wondering what to do. You should be able to navigate through this relatively quickly. Onto the phone number. This, again, read all the FAQs. If you're using your personal cell phone as your business number, obviously that's a big no-no. You would want to go to one of these partners that are trusted and get an app that rings your cell phone with a business phone, and then get it registered with Business 411. Now you have the foreign filing. If you're using a virtual address, which is something we do recommend, you would want to, if you're like I have Wyoming-based companies, if I'm trying to get a loan in Tulsa, I would need to be registered in Oklahoma. So this is just simply yes or no, and then you just hit submit, and then you're on. Also, if you're doing any payroll taxes or have employees in a different state, you need to be registered as a foreign entity in that state as well. Ownership, this is where you're just going to come in here and hit continue next step, put all the owners. If it's just one, you put yourself, 100% owner. If there's 5, put all of them, put their 20% each or whatever it is that they are in here. And then you jump into covering your bases. This is where you would put your EIN number, talks about what an EIN is, and also takes you right to the IRS website if you don't have your EIN yet. Business licenses. If you're required to have a license to do business in your city, then or your state or county, whatever that may be, you can look through all the checklist items here and then hit continue next step. And this is just simply a not applicable, or you can upload it and put your license number. Business industry code. This is where you will actually be able to put your NAICS code. This is given to you by the IRS. You're going to want to know that number for later. If you can't find it, it should be on your EIN letter, or if you want to figure out what it is and make sure that the IRS has it right, you can ask Alan, what is the NAICS code for a trucking company? And just ask him, and then you can go on to the next thing. Merchant account. This is if you're taking credit cards. You hit continue next step, and you just plug in the name of your merchant provider. So like we do have one, but I just put NA just for simplicity because it doesn't pertain to me right now in my credit building journey. And you see that Alan came up with different, let's see, I've asked him so many different questions, he decided to look up other ones as well. So I'm going to do this one more time. I'm just going to copy it and paste it. And I'm going to continue down the path. You have time in business. Just in here, you just simply put 4 years, 6 months, whatever it is. There, he came up with the right code for what I was looking for. So there's your NAICS code for trucking. Then you come down here to business email. Obviously, read all the stuff. Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook will not work for your business answer or business email. You want to use @your-domain. If you don't use @your-domain, banks can automatically and will automatically decline you. So you want to make sure and use @your-domain. Then you have the business website. You have to have a website. If you don't require a website for your business, you really need to get a website, because that's the first thing a bank's going to do is look your business up online. If there is no online presence, then they will not approve you either. They will automatically decline you. Also, you have to have a business bank account that you actually use. A lot of business owners I run into are still they have a business bank account, but they're using their personal bank account still. This is all about separating yourself from your business. So you want to utilize that business bank account, and why it tells you right here why you should not use a personal business or personal account for business. And your CPA would tell you exactly the same thing. All right. So now let's go over here into the hub. So in the hub, you're going to find a whole bunch of different options. You can hit connect with partners, going to tell you what they do, and then takes you right to their website. There's videos in some of these. You can watch a video about it, what the products are that they offer. Again, you just hit connect with partner, and it takes you to the different things that they offer, and you can hit visit website. It will either take you to a calendar or an application. And then on vendors, this is going to only open up the vendors for what level you are in. So if you're in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, it's going to open up. And as you saw earlier, I'm in tier 4, so there are a ton of them in here. Then we're going to jump over, and you can hit learn more on them, and it'll pull open who they reach out to, It'll tell you who they report to. So KeyBank is one of those that actually only does things in certain states. So if you're in, let's say, Oklahoma, like I am, I could not apply for the KeyBank card. It says apply at the branch. You can also apply online right here, and it just walks you through the application there. So, and it does tell you if this is at the beginning, so you're personally guaranteeing at the beginning, and it does a hard pull on your personal credit, and they do require utility bills for business address verification. That takes me back to the virtual address. when you get a virtual address, because the banking system is changing, I'm encouraging people to, if you don't have an actual physical location, to go out and make sure that your home address is listed as a secondary address on all platforms. So like Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, Equifax Business, and as well as the IRS or the Secretary of State in your state. Now these are partners. Again, there's videos. These tell you these are all different companies that we have. We either, the ones across the top here are actually our companies. You can hit connect with partner. It takes you to a calendar or a website, like I said before, and then you have a whole slew of different vetted, trusted partners. If you need a website, these guys right here are great. West Tennessee. So you can see the different ones. We're constantly adding new partners as we run across them and vet them. Then you come into Business Tools. Business Tools is vetted, trusted. We either use them or we spoke to them and they align with our idea of trying to help the small business owner. So again, same concept here. We're always adding more, so always come back and check to see what's new. Business templates. There are over 3,000 business templates sitting here. And so in this templates, you can come in here and let's say we want to, let's go human resources. I'm having a code of conduct problem with one of my employees. So I can go, let's say, I'm just going to pick one. Let's do this one right here. I can look at this document. As an employee, yep. Okay, so this is for me to have an employee. Looks like sign. Yep. Okay, so I want this document, but I want to edit this document for my company. So I just hit download. It downloads into my computer, and then I can go back to the hub, and I can actually go back to my profile, and I can upload that file. I'm going to put this in employee folder. I'm going to create a new folder for this one, and I'm going to hit code of conduct, and I'm going to hit upload, and I'll give it just a second, and I'm just going to hit refresh. Right there, employee. So that's where that file landed. You can always, like I said, hit here, view more documents in DocuTouring. And then also, if you want to become an affiliate, as an affiliate, you earn $20 per month per person that you tell about TriTouring. And so it just makes sense for anybody to be an affiliate. And you can actually recoup your money that you are spending on the program, and just simply fill out this information. You'll get a DocuSign and everything else to set up, and you'll get marketing assets, your own unique link. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoy. Good luck, and make sure and check out our monthly webinar to answer questions for you.